It's been a career in waiting. Then in Ahmedabad, Ambati Rayudu realised his dreams with India. An innings that could define what the future holds for the Hyderabad man. A maiden one-day international century for a player whose ability was never doubted. At the other end, Shikhar Dhawan's run-making continued. A cautious start, then a touch of panache, and some sumptuous strokes to follow from the left-hander. India's top order impressed yet again against a wilting Sri Lanka attack. Another victory today, and Virat's boys will seal the series. The Micromax Cup, the series of 5 one-day internationals India-Sri Lanka continues today. We're in Hyderabad. We've come south from Ahmedabad, where Virat Kohli's India side made it 2-0 in the 5-match series. So here we go, it's the 3rd match in the Micromax Cup. And Sri Lanka won the toss and are batting first here in Hyderabad. Here's the first ball. A shape straight away from Umesh Yadav.
Yes, and a good line as well. Like he did in Ahmedabad, first ball bang on target. And that's so important. Bowlers don't want to be taken for runs in their first over. That's Dhaval Kulkarni, who's come in place of Ravindra Jadeja. He also is a good mover of the ball. Not express. He'll bowl about 135 kilometers per hour.
Like to watch this little dynamo, Kusal Pereira. If he gets the bat going, he's a beautiful timer of the ball. He's like the artful dodger. He's a diminutive, but my word, he's explosive as well.
He has a role to play. That's to get Sri Lanka off to a flyer, which allows the likes of Dilshan, Sangakkara to follow, to relax, not focus on the run rate, but play their own game.
Now that's a poor delivery, lost his line completely there, Umesh Yadav. Bruce Oxenford again, the umpire.
And Sri Lanka would like Sangakkara, Jayawardene to be in a situation where they can make good decisions and not have to take risks. That's Bruce Oxenford. And the local umpire, Vinit Kulkarni, in his 13th ODI.
Short, too short, and he latches onto it quickly. First boundary of the innings.
Oh, this is a terrific shot, because he picked the length up so early and he was in position to play that shot. It wasn't, you would say, a short pitch delivery, but look at the way he's picked the length up early and got into position so quickly. It's a terrific shot.
Confidence booster. And right off the middle of the bat too. It's a good pitch. That's not the length. If you're fuller, give yourself a chance to swing that ball.
That'll do him a power of good. At least he's off the mark. It was the first over that he faced in Ahmedabad, where that was the one that Bruce Oxenford said, yes, it was good enough to be out. And it was a good decision from the umpire.
Yeah, that straightened down the line, instead of continuing with that curve towards leg side, which we saw in the previous 5 deliveries.
And he gets one to go the other way. Well, that'll sow a seed of doubt into Pereira's mind, because he's expecting the in-swinger, and then there's one that goes past the outside edge.
Well, in Ahmedabad, he got all the deliveries to come back into him. There was the odd short delivery, but otherwise there were 4 deliveries which were fuller, which allowed the ball to swing, and it was that one such delivery, the last ball of that first over, that got Kushal Perera out LBW.
Absolute snorter. History repeats itself. Just a couple of days later, it's the last ball of the first over, and it's the same man walking. What a delivery that was. Brilliantly delivered.
Slightly quicker. But look at that takeoff. Top of the bat. And what a delivery from Umesh Yadav. Perfect bowling. A line that Kushal Perera had to play. Didn't wait. Turned and he's on his way for 4. Sri Lanka 1 down for 5.
Sangakkara comes in, and if ever his country needs him, it needs him today. Approaching 13,000 runs in one-day international cricket with an average of 40 and 19 ODI centuries. This classy, dashing Sri Lanka player. Dhaval Kulkarni, who's in the side for the left-arm spinner Ravindra Jadeja. So India do have 3 recognised seamers, whereas in Ahmedabad they had just 2. Well, again, it was the last ball of the first over, but it was the 5th ball that might have sowed a little bit of seed of doubt for a Perera.
Yes, I think this is a very good delivery. It forced him to play at it, it bounced, and it left him. It'll be interesting to see whether it was a cross-seam delivery. Maybe just a little bit, but look at that. He had no option. He sees it. He shaped well, got right behind the line, but it moved and bounced. Those deliveries are a nightmare for a batsman.
Yeah, not much he could do. Perfect start. Good pitches. You have to do the hard work early, and that's what Umesh Yadav is doing. He's picking up the early wickets and putting the opposition under pressure, and they've done that through all 3 games.
Two slips, Ashwin and Raina. 2 deliveries from Kulkarni, absolutely on the button, making Dilshan play. That's what you want to do when you've just come into the side.
Good bounce as well. The pitch just looks slightly on the darker side. Probably it would have had a spray yesterday, and since it's been overcast today, wouldn't have had much of a chance to dry out. So I'd expect that new ball to swing around a bit, wobble around.
Pitched up this time. Shikhar Dhawan is the fielder. 2 good runs. Dilshan off the mark.
Well, this is the pitch that we saw just before the toss. Very little grass, in fact no grass whatsoever. But it is hard. And that's what we saw with that last ball from Umesh Yadav. It bounced off a good length. It would have been somewhere around this area that the ball would have bounced.
Standing over this is from Kulkarni. It's probing, asking questions.
Yeah, no grass at all. But it's been well rolled. I don't think we're going to see a lot of turn later on in the day either. In that corridor of uncertainty.
Both Yadav and Dhaval Kulkarni have lovely actions. Nice run up, nice delivery action. You can see that straight, easy run up, tries to get as close to the stumps as he possibly can because he's got this outswinger. And then really nice high arm, good follow through with the left arm also going way high.
Top class over that from Kulkarni, just 2 from it, 7 for 1. New batsman is the masterful Mahela Jayawardene, approaching 12,000 runs. 16 one-day international centuries for Mahela Jayawardene, looking towards 12,000 runs, an average of 33, and Umesh Yadav is on a hat-trick. Expect to see another slip deployed here. Shikhar Dhawan's going into slip, third slip. Would you think Virat might give him a little extra just for the hat-trick ball?
I think he should also have a forward short leg because he's got the ball to nip back in. In-swinging deliveries, both these deliveries, both the wickets have come through incoming deliveries. So maybe a forward short leg.
He's brought in a short extra cover.
Hat-trick ball.
But two wonderful deliveries from Yadav. Both left-handers having to play at that. And then Sangakkara, that's a big one. And a first ball duck probably for Sangakkara in his last innings in India.
Yeah, nicely pouched by Ashwin at slip. He's a very dependable fielder. And just gets Sangakkara fending outside that off stump. Outstanding start. This is from India's seamers.
And it always happens. Batsman wanting to feel a bat on ball, just push at it a little bit more. If he was there for a while, he'd probably be letting it through.
Two excellent deliveries, no question about it. No wonder Umesh Yadav is excited. Top class, absolutely terrific display of swing bowling at speed. There it is, nip back in again.
Getting up towards 140. That was 138, 139, Umesh Yadav. What I like about Umesh Yadav, you see the bounce he's getting. That's into the rib cage of Jayawardene.
Yeah, you suggested a short leg, Sunil. I think that's the way to go. Not hitting the 140, which he has been doing consistently in the first two ODIs. But still, he's getting extra bounce today. And with that ball jagging back into the right hand, he's better off having a fielder on the leg side. But he's got 7 on the off.
Hold up and play as a lot of spectators going just below the commentary box, right on top of the bowler's arm. Somebody should be standing here, some security guy, to make sure nobody walks.
Well, that's a full toss and it's a gift. And you accept those gifts with glee.
When he's tried to be fuller, he's been getting that outswinger working. But too easy for Dilshan, just had to lean into it. Well, he's allowed a mistake, Umesh Yadav. He's been outstanding so far this morning.
End of the over, 3 gone, 12 for 2. See how Dilshan is. Oh, Dilshan is trying to make some room to play some strokes. He loves using his arms, likes the long levers, Dilshan.
Yeah, and a direct hit, might have had their third. Mahela Jayawardene looking for that quick single. That first step from Dilshan prompted Mahela Jayawardene to take off.
Bhatti Raidu, the fielder, he was responsible for a run out in Ahmedabad. Oh, he was way gone, way out of his crease, and Raidu quick to the ball.
He had more time than he did think to line those stumps up. Yeah, Angelo Matthews would love to trade the result in his favour than the result of the toss.
Flicked leg side, and that'll be 4. sleight of hand from Dilshan.
He's trying to compensate for those deliveries from the off stump, which were going a little wide. So pitching it on the leg stump, making it easy for Dilshan to just whack it away, flick it away.
Just get the feeling that Umesh Yadav is now trying too many things. He picked up 2 wickets, and since then lots of different deliveries. Full toss, short, on leg stump. The line and length that he did bowl to the left-handers. Know what he should focus on. The basics. The first over from Yadav. All on around off stump except for that one down leg side. And then the boogie ball, the 6th one, doing the trick.
A real carve, this one from Dilshan. He's going after Yadav.
A lot of width on offer. And the third man is also very wide. It's not where he intended it, but yet he's getting away with it and he's getting a few runs. That's what matters at this stage. Keep that scoreboard ticking.
$25 for 2 from 5. Five overs gone, 25 for 2, 8 from that Umesh Yadav over, and you just had the impression that Dilshan was trying to impose himself on Yadav, just to knock him out of his stride. Running repairs there for Virat Kohli, having a thumb strap. That obviously has taken a bit of a knock there. You want to bind the thumb and make sure that you gets all the protection it can.
Well, you can see South Africa have got perhaps the best win ratio.
Good turnout. Clean hit. Picked up the length very early and just smashed it. Mahela Jayawardene, third boundary for him.
Just trying to put the pressure back on Ishant Sharma. He had tied him down. Good seam position, using the swing coming into the right-hander, just helping it over mid-wicket. It brings the 50 partnership up. When Dilshan and Jayawardene, one bounce into the fence, but they'll have to keep it going. The problem for Sri Lanka this series has been there haven't been big partnerships. They need one of them to bat through the 50 overs to get a good total. Good comeback, good delivery.
That was an interesting shot from Mahela Jayawardene, because if you have a look at the ball that he did hike over that mid-wicket region before, it pitched in the same general area that most of the other deliveries from Ishant Sharma have been pitching, but he just decided he had to try something different, had to try something to try and get the bowler to bowl a little bit differently. And of course Ishant bowled just a fraction shorter, but Mahela would have been hoping he banged it in a lot shorter than that to put it away.
But that's the nature of the game, Mikey. One-day cricket, at times you have to play predetermined shots. You have to put the pressure back on the opposition bowler. This time down to third man, an easy single. Ashwin not the quickest on the field. And that's how players play one-day cricket these days, especially in these conditions.
Have to be a good player to do that though, Sarab.
He is just not a good player, Mikey. A very, very good player.
Yeah, he ain't bad.
They have delayed the entry of the spinners. We saw spin in the last game in the first 10 overs. Two fielders in the deep. Deep square leg, Shikhar Dhawan will come into play, just a single taken. %60% of the deliveries been on good length. 35% short of the length. The ball swinging around, would have expected a lot more full of length.
Well, the one that was hiked was pretty much the same length as the rest, was just a little bit closer to the off stump line, so he played through it and pushed it towards the onside, just to try and do something a little bit different, so that the bowler then tries to do something different.
Very nicely timed down to deep square leg. It's been a good over for Sri Lanka, 7 so far. What's key for Sri Lanka is from here on to pace the entire 50 overs. They need their top order batsmen in the last 10 overs. We saw what Dhamika Prasad and Angelo Matthews did in the last 8 or 9 overs in Ahmedabad. One of Virat Kohli's many fans, Mikey.
Yeah, but she's at the back of the line. She only likes him. There are too many that love him.
Yeah, well said. It's great to see that you're still young at heart, Mikey. And I was reading as another Virat Kohli wishing her happy birthday. This time down to fine leg. He will be looking for 2, but I think he'll have to settle for a single. Shikhar Dhawan is very quick. End of the over, 62 for 2.
Little drizzle here in Hyderabad. Very light at the moment. As Ravichandran Ashwin comes into the attack. Groundsmen at the ready with the covers. Been overcast from the start. Three men lining the leg side, deep on the boundary, and sweeper on the offside at a deep point. Huge gap on the left of your screen between the man at cover and short third man.
We did have a shower early in the day, maybe around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning. But since then it's been gloomy, but we didn't think rain will come and play a part in today's game.
This is what's been so impressive about Virat Kohli's captaincy so far this series. He's very, very willing to attack, and he's gotten a slip in here for Dilshan, who's been there for over an hour already. Nice shot.
Yes, and the bowlers have responded, Bish. It's one thing having attacking fields, but the bowlers have always responded, and that shows, and a lot of credit to the bowlers that they've backed the confidence given by the captain to them. In both the games so far, I think they've bowled some wicket-taking deliveries, and that's so good to see, because in one-day format sometimes you feel that you have to just contain the runs. But taking wickets is probably the best way to contain runs, and I think that's what the young Indian bowlers have shown in both the games in Cuttack and in Ahmedabad.
Yes, especially with the field restrictions and the ball at either end. It's all about attacking cricket. It's very difficult to defend a score without picking up wickets. Pushing that rate up high, which lots of teams used in the past, does not work now with the T20 skills and the mindset also coming in. Batsmen are always in a position from where they can change the game at any stage. It's 72 for 2.
Akshay Patel continues.
Just to add, Russell, I thought I will give a lot of credit to both the bowlers. You can't be critical of Sangakkara, because if suppose he would have been tentative or pushed his hands at the ball, then it would have been an issue. But I think both were wicket-taking deliveries, and Sangha didn't open at all. I think they were very good deliveries.
Well, they certainly were, because as a bowler, it's all about giving yourself a chance, and you bowl that corridor and hope Nicely played. Gave himself some room. Mahela Jayawardene, he's finding his timing.
It's an outstanding shot. Almost from the middle stump. How late does he play? And the timing and the placement. A class player, Mahela Jayawardene. Nothing the bowler can do, nothing the captain can do. It was a good delivery but put off for a boundary.
Slip has gone out to short third man, I suppose.
Yeah, just to finish up on those two deliveries, VVS, I'm just saying if a sharper Sangakkara would have dealt with these in a different way. But yes, as a bowler, that's exactly what you want to be doing. To me, it's played slightly outside the line of his body. Six off the over. The end of 22, Sri Lanka 93 for 2.
Nice crowd, nice ground, well appointed ground. Huge ground as well. And they've got 3 more visitors, Sunil Gavaskar, Michael Holding, Alan Wilkins in the box.
Been a lot of energy expended by Tilakaratne Dilshan. He's tried to hit the ball hard and it hasn't really come off. There's been a little bit more finesse from Jayawardene. It's reflected in their strike rate. Jayawardene has been able to move the ball around in gaps, but as Dilshan's, you can see there's a little bit of a frustration in his game, a bit of a closed face, and he's trying to hit the ball through gaps, whereas Mahela's just placing it nicely and caressingly. He goes over the extra cover this time. He might just get 4 for this. Yes, he will.
Well, he likes the ball to come onto the bat. That's not quite happened, and that's the reason why he's probably not got the same strike rate. But now with that boundary, he's got to a half century. 39th half century. Look at the way he's used his feet. There's no protection there. There is a deep cover. It's a slowish outfield, so Ajinkya Rahane thought that he had an opportunity, but the dive came just a little bit late.
100 up for Sri Lanka, who won the toss here today in Hyderabad. And you've got to give Dilshan 10 out of 10 for the way he stuck to this. He's trying to bat his way through a bit of a sticky period here, but he's got 50. It's imperative now that he stays around, sticks around. End of the over, 100 for 2. We're going to have Ambati Rayudu to bowl his off breaks. Huge cheer around the ground because he's the local boy here. He's picked up 1 wicket in his 21 previous matches. This is his 22nd. Alistair Cook is his 1 wicket. It's one to brag about. Which is a wonderfully compiled century in the last match for Ambati Rayudu, 121 not out. Waited a long time for the breakthrough. Dilshan's 52 not out, 7 boundaries.
100 partnership comes up with that single. Lots of room on the onside to keep picking up singles.
Leg side, bad ball. it's 4.
Another half century for Mahela Jayawardene. 75th time he's gone past the 50 mark for Sri Lanka. Nicely controlled shot that was. Raidu's bowling around the wicket, so he cannot afford to bowl on the leg stump. That's what he's done. And look at the way he's rolled his wrists, hitting it away from that fielder in the 30-yard circle.
Such a masterful player, cultured batsman, Mahela Jayawardene. 75 half-centuries. Not quite the right line. Now Mahela might look for 2 here. He wants it. And quite rightly sent back at this time by Dilshan. Score is on, well, it was 111, it's 112.
Well, have a look at his interception points. He's either used the crease so well. .52 of 63 deliveries, a good strike rate.
Out. He's gone, and Bati Raidu takes an important wicket for India. Dilshan falls to the occasional spin of Raidu. He becomes only his 2nd wicket, but it's a big one this now for India. Dilshan makes his half century and he's on the way back.
And things are going well for you. They go well everywhere, not just with the bat but also with the ball. This is a fine catch from Ajinkya Rahane. Dilshan looking to go over the top of that inside field, and he's out for 53, 112 for 3.
3 down, 112 on the board, and Angela Matthews, Sri Lanka's captain, comes into the middle, averaging just a shade under 40. And Dilshan committed a cardinal sin there. 7 runs off the over. An occasional off-spinner, very, very occasional off-spinner in Raidu, and he tries to carve him over extra, and it's cost him his wicket. That after just getting his half century.
Kohli is making use of part-time spinners. He was looking to go over the top. The fielders both at extra cover and mid-off in that 30-yard circle. But it was angled away. You can see it's been angled away from him bowling around the wicket. It was never going to be easy to control that shot. Raidu's delighted.
Not too sure why you want to open the face of the bat that much though, Sonny. Why not hit it over mid-off? The line of the delivery made it even more difficult to get it in the extra cover region. So he could certainly have hit it straighter down the wicket over mid-off.
The wicket has come at the wrong time for the Sri Lankans. They needed that partnership to go on. Nicely done, deftly done on the pads. Won't be easy for Ashwin. It's a boundary. Use the pace from Raina's quicker delivery on the pads and just helped it along. Mahela Jayawardene.
Dilshan hopefully will be watching this to know that when you have part-time spinners bowling, you don't have to try and make bad deliveries. They will bring those bad deliveries to you. They already had 7 runs off the over that he got out in.
It's gone fine at this time, Ashwin. That's good fielding by Ashwin. He's just gone a little finer there. Kohli moved him fine. He knows that Mahela is so clever, so masterful at getting that ball fine.
Yes, he uses soft hands to work that ball finer, and that's what he did this time as well. But as you said, Kohli had moved Ashwin a little bit finer, more towards his right.
Seven from the over. It's 119 for 3. Batting power play taken. 30 overs have gone.
Well, Mahela Jawadina says it's time. He has been at the crease for quite some time. Heading towards 2 hours at the crease. Another 11 minutes and he will be at the crease for 2 hours. So he's seeing it well. His captain, Angelo Matthews, well, they are two powerful strikers of the ball. They'll be trying to now take advantage of these 5 overs. They don't want to be reckless though. They don't want to be losing wickets.
Nicely paddled around the corner, and there's enough pace on that for 4.
He used the angle well, didn't he? Akshar Patel can't stray on the leg stump because he tries to restrict the batsman's free movement of the arms by attacking the pads, but you can see over there that Jayawardene was waiting for it, crouching low and helping the ball along. It's a fine shot from a tremendous batsman.
Mahela Jayawardene's 7th boundary. He moves on to 71. Leg side wide. You see how he was hit and he just spears it in towards leg stump.
And suddenly he's feeling the pressure. Boundary of the first ball of the batting power play. Akshar Patel's under pressure.
Well, question will soon be answered. Old Trafford, 1981. I was his 8th wicket. Wow.
I can't remember that. I remember you hitting me all over Old Trafford. Oh, top edge. It's going to go straight to Virat Kohli. That is a soft dismissal. Angelo Matthews. Akshar Patel sends the Sri Lankan captain on his way home.
Looking to play the pull shot, but the ball hurried onto him. You can see looking to play the pull shot, might have turned just a little bit as well, so he's got a leading edge, and instead of going to the onside, the balls come to the offside. Simple catch to the Indian captain Virat Kohli. Akshar Patel's struck again, so he's out for 10. 144 for 4.
So 4 down. Priyanjan is the new batsman. And Angelo Matthews getting into a pretty awkward looking position, and simple catching practice for the Indian captain.
Leading edge, looking to hit it over mid-wicket. And Virat Kohli completing that dismissal. Priyanjan has just come into bat.
Ashan Priyanjan, just 25 years of age. It's only his 21st match. He's got 2 50s, averaging in the 20s, mid-20s. They need a contribution from him. Have to hurry now. Oh, that's close. Bruce Oxenford will go upstairs. I think he might be home. Here, but the umpire has gone upstairs to the 3rd umpire.
Well, I'm not too sure the ball actually hit the stumps. If it was a direct hit, I think he would have been well out of his ground. Let's see what the ball has actually done here. It hasn't actually hit the stumps. It has gone into his hand, and then he has had to bring it back onto the stumps. And that fraction of a second just gives the batsman enough time, in my opinion, to get back in. Let's see how close it is. There he goes, and I think he's in. If the ball had actually hit the stumps before, that would have been out. I think he's safe there. There go the Bills, and in my opinion that bat is beyond the line. When the Bills are raised, the bat is beyond the line, so that should not be a problem. He needed a direct hit.
Stuart Binney was the fielder, so by centimetres Mahela Jayawardene is safe. 146 for 4 from 31. So 146 for 4. Ashwin is back into the attack. Lots of singles and not too many boundaries embellishing this innings. We've had 16 boundaries, not a 6 yet. Very important role that Priyanjan's got to play here now for Sri Lanka to give Jayawardene the support, and you're going to have support now from VVS Laxman and Ian Bishop with Saurav Ganguly.
Thank you very much, Alan. Lancashire commends you. Really is a situation now for Sri Lanka as to how they get through this batting power play. I suppose the method, the thinking, to my fellow two commentators, how many do you want in this batting power play to make it worthwhile taking? Because I think that's where a lot of teams get carried away, in that they try to bite off more than they can chew and they end up losing wickets. So how much is enough?
I think more than the runs, not losing wickets is very important. Like what happened in Hyderabad, they lost 3 wickets. They lost 3 wickets in that power play in Hyderabad, and that stopped the momentum and shifted the momentum towards the Indian team. So I think it's important to be playing positive like the way Jayawardene has done till now.
Yeah, it's important to just keep batting. Just keep playing, not worry about the target, because if Sri Lanka at this stage were 148 for 3, I would have said yes, they could have tried and done something in the power play. We'll come back to that. 148 for 4 after 32. Oh, that's the Sri Lankan batting card. They're scoring at 4.63 runs and over. 148 for 4. Akshar Patel to continue. He's got 1 for 25. Bowling from the north. And coming back to the power play, it's just about batting normally. I don't think Sri Lanka can calculate at this stage how much they want. They've lost an extra wicket. The wicket of Angelo Matthews, who was in very good form in this series. So I don't think somebody as experienced as Jayawardene at the other end will be preempting. Just bat, have wickets in hand, because last 10 overs on this ground and on this pitch 100 runs is possible. But that's possible only when you have wickets in hand.
Absolutely, and that's why I was surprised that they took the power play when they did, because Angelo Matthews just walked in. He got 10 runs of just 14 deliveries. You would have expected that he would have got in and then taken the power play, which is mandatory at 35th over. And in the bargain, he lost an important wicket of Angelo Matthews, who played brilliantly in Ahmedabad.
Yeah, but this time straight to mid-on fielder. Another wicket gone for Sri Lanka. Now you keep talking about power play, but if you don't execute it, it doesn't matter when you're batting. It's a very poor shot against the turn. And the inexperience of Priyanjan shows. Come the pressure, and he picks the fielder at mid-on. Didn't get the elevation he wanted. And that's a very good catch. They're never easy. It's a very good fielding side, India. And Akshar Patel strikes again. His second wicket of the power play. And Indian fans are happy. Sri Lanka in trouble once again. Priyanjan dismissed for 2, 148 for 5.
De Silva is the new batsman. And it's 148 for 5.
If Sri Lanka bat those deliveries, they get to 275, which I don't think is enough. With the Sri Lankan bowling, this Indian batting, this good pitch.
Was too close to hit that shot, and against the turn, and a very good catch by Umesh Yadav. Didn't get the elevation. Priyanjan. Akshar Patel has been really impressive.
There's Chaturanga De Silva, 6 matches, an average of 19, early days of his career. He bowls a bit of left arm spin as well. Best score 44 at Mirpur against Bangladesh in that Asia Cup. Well, he's got a job at hand. He's just got to keep batting with his senior partner. Try and pick the gaps. It's a quick chance, very good fielding. This is a very good Indian fielding side. We'll have to wait and see where the direct hit would have been curtains for him. They're trying to hit the ball on the up. Yes, no. Takes off, and Ambati Raidu very, very quick. Yes, he was gone if it would have hit. Brings the 150 for Sri Lanka. An appeal. Have to wait and see how much it was spinning. Was it hitting outside off stump? Good line outside the off stump. Just a hint of turn. Just a bit too high as well. Not a bad shout, but just going over the top.
Just over Virat Kohli. Only one.
Trying to be aggressive, Jayawardene. Also, there's quite a bit of bounce from the wicket. We saw even when Angelo Matthews got out, there was that extra bounce which actually put him in trouble. And also the last delivery from Ashwin to Jayawardene, there was the extra bounce. It's a good wicket.
It's always been the case. No, this time a slog sweep. Really is living dangerously. Straight to the mid-wicket field. End of the over. 151 for 5 after 34. Ravichandran Ashwin to continue. Jayawardene, the lone fighter at the other end, batting on 78. And Bish's favourite batsman, Thisara Perera, at the crease. He feels that he's a very, very good player. He's a lot more talented than his average shows. And I agree with him. He can hit the ball a long way. That's played down to third man. An easy single. I like that term, Bish, naughty corner. Is it a Caribbean term? The naughty corner?
Last wicket that fell, and that was the silver. No, I just think that's where I was in school a lot of the time. And I misbehaved.
You don't look like, though. You don't look like a person who misbehaves.
Oh, looks so deceiving, Saraf.
Not
Ask
like
Mikey Holding about me.
Not like VVS Lakshman. Well, I asked Mikey Holding about misbehavior. He said he was the worst.
What do you mean? Saurav, you get in
Mikey
VVS Lakshman in
Mikey Holding was the worst, not VVS Lakshman. I said Mikey Holding was the worst. That's what Mikey Holding said. VVS Lakshman I know because I've played with him for 12 years. And I can vouch for that.
That is naughty?
It's for you to understand.
Yeah, just on the topic of Thisara Perera, I think he's such a critical player because for a long time Sri Lanka have lacked in years gone by when we played against them that dynamism in that lower middle order. And here's a guy who has that power, but he hasn't yet maximized his ability, I don't think, with the bat. Oh, that would have been tight. Must have gotten bat on that.
He's got this tendency of getting in to the off stump and playing it through the onside, and that was a quickish delivery from Ashwin. He must have got a bat on it. That'll be a quick single. Hit the right end. We'll have to wait and see whether he's reached or not. Ashwin seems confident. We'll have to wait and see what does Mahela Jayawardene feel about it. There was a dive at the end. Hits the stumps, and does he make it? Yes, he does. Oh, the bat's in the air for a fraction of a second. That's fine. That's fine. This is where it's in the air. We'll have to see exactly when the ball hits the stumps where his bat is. He's definitely made the crease. We'll have to wait and see whether it's in the air or it's grounded. It looks fine from here, but it's the side angle which is going to create the difference. It's the hand. The ball hits the stump, so he doesn't take the bails off with the hand. And that's fine. And that's where the bat is. It's in the air for a fraction of a second. We'll have to wait and see whether Mahela Jayawardene is in trouble. That's when it's in the air. It's fine here. It's in the air here. Are the bails dislodged at this stage? It's dislodged here for sure. You cannot make out from this area, from this angle, and it's not out. It's a very, very good decision. Would have been curtains for Sri Lanka at this stage if Jayawardene would have been run out. Still 14 overs left. Good work by Ravichandran Ashwin. He didn't collect the ball, but he made sure the ball hit the stumps.
Umesh Yadav back. Didn't see any of the seam bowlers during the batting power play. It was all spin during the batting power play. Just wonder if the pitch has actually offered more to the spinners than anticipated. Has been some turn extracted.
I wasn't surprised though, Bish, with the turn, because when you look at the pitch in the morning, or rather in the afternoon before the start of the play, it looked very dry. There were dark patches on the pitch. And it's always turned here. India played a test match against New Zealand a couple of years ago and it's turned square. So I wasn't surprised to see the spin.
It always offered assistance to spinner. And because of the firmness, the hardness of the wicket, there's also that bounce, which always helps the spinners. Turn and bounce always creates that doubt in the batsman's mind.
I think it's a good cricket pitch, this one. I played a few IPL matches, almost got 100 here. There was bounce and carry and he could play shots. So as much as it offers turn for the spinners, there is an opportunity for batsmen to play shots. I remember the game against Australia when Australia got 360 and India almost chased it. They were cruising till Tendulkar got out and we lost the game which we should have won. This has been a very high scoring ground for India. Another wicket goes. A soft dismissal. This time Umesh Yadav. Very, very soft cricket from Sri Lanka. Trying to play through the onside. He's taking the outside edge. And a simple catch at covers.
Sri Lanka losing their way totally. Closing the face of the bat little early. And a simple catch to covers, taking the top edge. Stuart Binney, who's in as a substitute, takes a simple catch. Umesh Yadav gets his third wicket. Pereira goes for just one run. Sri Lanka 158 for 7.
Yadav again. It's been impressive since he came into the West Indies series which preceded this one. Umesh Yadav, he's been consistent for the most part, and scorer tells me it's the first time he's played 5 consecutive ODI games. Let's close the face too early to Sarah Pereira. Fails again.
That also shows that he has bowled brilliantly. In all these 5 games, 2 against West Indies and 3 against Sri Lanka, including this one. Similar to the last delivery, his line has been excellent, just around the off stump, and also his length. Sometimes he used to get little erratic. Simple catch to Stuart Binney, but his consistency has really paid off, and I'm glad that the selectors have reposed faith in him, because when you're going to Australia you want pace, but along with pace you want someone to have control, which he has got. He showed that in the last 5 games he's played.
That's dropped at first slip. It was a good delivery pitched up. Kulasekara, I beg your pardon, Prasanna late on it. Dropped by one of the best fielders in the world at the moment, Suresh Raina. Pitched up, scramble seam, outside edge. That's a regulation catch for Suresh Raina. Just a bit late on the left side of him. He is such a fine fielder. He doesn't drop many.
Yes, a regulation catch to Suresh Raina, but this is also an important aspect of.
Terrific shot. It's just class written all over it. Sheer timing. We go all the way to the boundary. Batting at both ends has been like chalk and cheese. 163 for 7 after 37.
Nicely clipped away. Fine leg inside the ring. It's a poor delivery. But Mahela Jayawardene won't mind it. Gets to 90 with that.
Hasn't bowled that many bad deliveries. Yeah, but that certainly was one, especially with fine leg up inside the circle. Don't want to be anywhere close to the leg stump. Once he avoids that short fine leg, it's 4. Virat Kohli has decided to change the field. That short fine leg now goes right back onto the boundary. Long on comes inside the circle.
Well, every time Umesh Yadav's been brought on to bowl, he's picked up wickets. That'd be a good sign for India. Needs someone to bowl well at the beginning with the new ball and then the middle overs as well.
Two beauties right at the top, but should have easily had his 4th though.
He said wait. In the 39th over, he doesn't want the single, Mahela.
He's tired of seeing wickets fall at the other end. So he wants to be taking as much strike as possible, it would seem. There are lots of overs left, another 11 after this. Don't think Mahela Jayawardene wants to be bowled out.
That's a wild delivery. It's a no ball call as well. Certainly must be for Hyde because he gets well within the line, at least a foot within the line. Also the first warning.
Reacted well, Mahela Jayawardene. This is what he's done well right throughout this innings. Hoping lots of balls on its way. But the leg side, no offside, is played late. That's been the key to Mahela Jayawardene's innings.
What people have to remember now though, this is not a free hit. No ball was for the height of the delivery, nothing to do with his front foot.
This is not a good sign that Mahela Jayawardene does not trust his partner. It's the right thing probably. Prasanna did edge Yadav into the slips in the previous over, was put down. But he'll be thinking, let's try and accumulate as much as possible rather than look for too much. I think that's what they should have done quite a while ago. Deep point in the circle and long on goes out.
Needs a little bit of variety, slow delivery that time. Cheated a couple of boundaries, needs a few dot balls. Have a look at where he lands his front leg. Well within the crease. Hardly bowls a no ball. That's very, very good. And the slow delivery. Running his fingers over the seam at the last moment. Take a single of the final ball. He'll keep strike as well. Mahela Jayawardene, 175 for 7. Umesh Yadav conceding 10 in his last over. 3 for 40 though. Aksar Patel 3 for 30. the spinners have done a fine job. Ishan Sharma has been off the field, so the 6 overs have been filled up by the part-timers, Raina and Raidu. Going down on his knees, getting the elevation. Nobody at deep mid-wicket. Has gone the distance. And what a way to get to a magical mark. He's waited a long time to get 100, and this has been a fabulous one.
27 innings ago, and he got his last 100. But it's been a quality knock. Some wonderful shots. Been put under pressure by his partners losing their wickets. But he's entertained. He'll enjoy this. First 6 of the innings. Takes him to his 17th ODI 100. Prasanna will have to hurry. He still wants to keep the strike, Mahela Jayawardene. A lot of batting to do. 66 balls. 63 remaining in the innings.
So 183 for 7. He's got 103, Mahela Jayawardene. There was one partnership of 105. A superlative 100 this under the circumstances. Not easy to concentrate when you keep losing partners on a regular basis.
Aiming for too much. I think that's the problem the Sri Lankan batsmen are having. The new batsman coming in, trying to go after the bowlers rather than giving themselves a chance to play themselves in. 184 for 7. Umesh Yadav, of course, has 3 up his sleeve. Very impressive today. 3 wickets to his name. And he's opting to go around the wicket as well to Mahela Jayawardene. No fielders in the deep on the offside other than the long off.
Clips it over, but he'll find the field. He'll take the single as well. He's disappointed not being able to find the gap, Mahela.
Sri Lanka came on this tour with the plan of trying to rotate the 3 seniors and give more opportunity to the younger batsmen, but it's really not gone to plan at all. Come the 4th and the 5th ODI, Sangakkara will be going back. Lairu Thirimana and Dinesh Chandimal, 2 young batsmen who Sri Lanka have invested a lot in the past, will be joining the squad. But in the bigger scheme of things and the selectors' plans, there are positives they will be taking out of this series. But at the moment, in the context of this series alone, it's nothing at all to be excited about.
Square leg has been brought in. It's still short of him. Good shot delivery that. Raidu covering quite a bit of ground, but the ball just falling short.
That would have given Mahela Jayawardene even more reason not to put anybody else on strike. 7 wickets down. Another 8 overs to go after this. Just spend some time at the crease with your senior partner. Allow him to score the bulk of the runs.
Been off target as well. Lost a couple of wickets early. Herrera was the first to go. That was a snotter. Real good delivery. And Sangakkara immediately after that.
A perfect line to a new batsman. Then after a partnership, Dilshan trying to take Raidu on. And the batting power play came. And everything went pear-shaped for Sri Lanka. Matthews it was. Priyanjan getting too close to the ball. They got that front foot out of the way. Chaturanga De Silva coming in this game. And Thisara Pereira Will be critical that he looks to go hard at every ball.
Unlucky to find the fielder. The last 3 dismissals that we saw was in the batting power play, soft dismissals.
Very soft, in fact. Prasanna wanting the strike, but Mahela Jayawardene not interested. Taking your advice, Mikey.
Face them all.
That's a wonderful shot. Some pace taken off the ball, but what a cracking position he gets into. Brings up the 200 for Sri Lanka.
That's why he's not willing to take any singles. Why put Prasanna on strike?
The poor delivery though. There's no one in the deep on the offside. A short, slow one outside off stump. You're gonna be asking for trouble against Jayawardene, who's on 110.
Have to bowl another ball. Second wide of the over.
Yeah, we saw lots of soft dismissals, Siva, and that's a lot to do with indecision. Not really sure what you want to do. Very disappointing to see from those young batsmen at that stage, because a lot is expected. And we keep talking about the Sri Lankan team being rusty, but most of those players, well, he gets that away and he'll settle for one. We'll come back to that in the next over. At the end of 42, it's 203 for 7.
Last 4 overs, 41 runs coming. And not losing a wicket. Exactly what they needed in the batting power play. A change of bowling now, Ashwin. Got 2 overs remaining.
No wickets to him. He has bowled well, Ashwin.
Seen a slight change in action from Ashwin in this particular match. Normally he's very upright at the beginning of his run-up. At the beginning of the run-up tends to lean front. Usually bowls with the hand. Now he's looking to bowl a lot more with the body. You can see the non-bowling hand going a little bit further down. And he has a follow-through which is close to the 5 feet mark. But earlier he would just stop.
He'd be finding it tough because the other spinners have been picking up wickets. But an experienced bowler should know.
That's a good hit. He's taken the aerial route and he's cleared the boundary. 50 partnership comes up. A wonderful shot that.
Who is on strike there? Prasanna saying I can do a bit as well.
Bowled very slow and short. This is what they expect from Prasanna. They use him as a floater, as a pinch hitter.
Well, before that 6 he was more pinching than hitting.
Very much so. The experienced bowler should know his role and what his contribution is.
It's the carom ball. Mahela wants a single. There should have been a chance at the non-strikers in. Not a great throw from Aksar Patel.
And it's not all about the wickets column all the time.
Well, Mahela showing that he is quite willing now to give Prasanna a bit more of the strike, having a bit more confidence, because that was the 5th ball of the over.
And also against the spinner, not the fast bowler who's digging that ball short.
That's 12,000 runs for Mahela Jayawardene in one-day internationals, the fifth batsman and the third Sri Lankan to achieve it. Well done, Mahela. 212 for 7. The third Sri Lanka to go past the 12,000 runs in one-day internationals. You can see there 5 batsmen going past 12,000 runs and 3 Sri Lankans in that. Kanad Jayasuriya, Sangakkara, now Mahela Jayawardene. Great names in that list. Average is 39.99 for Sangakkara and 33.33 for Mahela. That's a fabulous feat though. Nicely squeezed. Excellent work there by Suresh Raina. Looked like a boundary. Kulkarni from the far end. Looking for the Yorker outside of stump. He's dug it up beautifully, opening the face of the bat. A splendid work in the deep. Raina is the man, and in the commentary position now, V.V.S. Lakshman, Alan Wilkins and Sunil Gavaskar.
Thanks, Shiva. One more crucial knock by Mahela Jayawardene. He's got 12,000 one-day international runs. And along the way, he has played a lot of match-winning knocks for his team.
This is his 16th one-day 100. 17th, I beg your pardon, 17th one-day 100. 15 times Sri Lanka has won. The only time they didn't was in that famous finals, World Cup finals, when he got an absolutely magnificent 100. But India won the World Cup.
Even this knock is so special. The reason is when wickets were falling around him, the way he assessed the situation, in fact didn't even give strike to Prasanna when Umesh Yadav was bowling, and that's what experience is all about, is understanding the situation the team is in. Fantastic player, a great player of spin bowling. Can play shots all around the park like what he has done since the time he went out to bat, and play the uppercut. He's over mid-wicket, late cut, and great use of wrist. One of the all-time greats of cricket.
It's just such a streetwise batsman, isn't he? He just knows where to score, where the runs are, and that's been squeezed by Prasanna. Raina again. What a terrific fielder he is. 100% commitment wherever he fields. There's a pulse question on Jayawardene. What has been the best thing about Mahela Jayawardene's innings? Strike rotation. 47% of you are voting for. Shot innovation 37%. Well, that's always high with Mahela. Big hitting 16%.
I think it's spot on, because he hasn't really indulged in big hitting. He's not a big hitting player in any case. He's the kind of player who caresses the ball. Now this one was a big hit by Prasanna. This was smashed. You'll hardly see Mahela Jayawardene do that. Even if he hits a boundary, it's almost as if he's apologetic about hitting the ball. And that's why he looks so classy, so elegant. This is a full toss, an attempted Yorker, gone wrong. And it's been smashed by Prasanna. The Sri Lankan innings now getting a little bit of momentum as it comes up towards the 50 over mark. The finishing state, 61 the partnership. What a partnership this has been. The majority of the runs have been scored by Mahela Jayawardene. He farmed the strike at the start when Prasanna had just come into bat. But now Prasanna has got the confidence as well, so he's giving him more of the strike. This is very, very good thinking from an experienced cricketer.
Oh, he's caught hold of this. Oh, that is flown off the bat. Poor delivery, and it gets put away for 4. It's 2:23 for 7, 6 overs to go. Ashwin's going to come back into the attack just for his final over. 9 overs, none for 41. Again, it's another single for Mahela Jayawardene. 6 overs to go here at the Rajiv Gandhi International Cricket Stadium. Good audience here. Sri Lanka winning the toss for the 3rd consecutive match. Ravichandran Ashwin hasn't taken a wicket yet. Angelo Matthews, whose side showing a couple of changes. 2:24 for 7. Sangakkara getting a first ball duck for only the 4th time in his one-day international career. Well, this was a decent shot, wasn't it?
Well, I think Dhaval Kulkarni really has to rethink his bowling strategy. He likes to bang the ball halfway down, but at his pace, what it does, it actually gives the batsman that much more time to pick the spot. He's gone! Going for the biggie. Missing it completely. The thinking was right. There was no deep extra cover. There was just a deep cover. So looking to go over the top. The fielder at mid-off was also in the 30-yard circle. So the thinking was right. But maybe the ball just floated away from him. And Saha, what a terrific wicket-keeper he is. Ashwin strikes. It's a big one. It's the big fish. Jayawardene out for 118. 225 for 8. 225 for 8. 118 Jayawardene.
Noan Kulasekara is the new batsman for Sri Lanka. Didn't play in the first 2 one-day matches. And Kulasekara, who can bat. But they've got to use the overs here. It's imperative that Sri Lanka use their full 50 overs. Kulasekara in. Ashwin's picked up his first wicket in his final over.
A big wicket. The short option was right, but completely beaten. Fantastic work from Saha. There was no long off and no deep extra cover. And it was a top spinner. It was not an off spinner from Ashwin. He was going to play with the turn, but totally missed the line. And smart work by Saha.
Yes, I think he went away a little bit, Jayawardene. Not towards the ball. 225 for 8 after 45 overs.
Prasanna's 23 not out. Standout innings by Jayawardene with that century, his 17th. 5 overs to go here at Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium. 53 from Tilakaratne Dilshan. 17th one-day international century for Jayawardene. And Kulasekara has just come in. It's Prasanna who's on strike. He looks more than a capable tail-ender, Prasanna.
Oh, he batted at 5 and 6 in the earlier matches, so quite clearly he's a batsman who can bowl a bit. So having him down the order certainly is helping the Sri Lankans. He's now 24 of 26 deliveries faced. Very good strike rate. And Kulasekara, we know he can bat. 73 is his best score. Good strike rate as well, 81. Sri Lanka need that. If they score at 6 runs and over, they get to 250 or thereabouts. I think they'll rather score at about 8 runs and over, get to about 270. That'll be a good total.
But the important factor is to play the rest of the 5 overs. Similar situation in Ahmedabad, but there was a very good partnership between Dhammika Prasad and Angelo Matthews. Just wait and see how both batsmen play. It's a crime not to have played the entire quota of 50 overs.
Absolutely right. To master 12,000 one-day international runs from Mahela Jayawardene, the 5th batsman to do it. Lots of you recognising this great achievement by this master batsman, Jayawardene, the 3rd Sri Lankan to do it after Kumar Sangakkara and son of Jasurya. Slower ball with Kulkarni coming around the wicket. He's been a little bit inconsistent today. He's bowling, there we are, he's taken all the pace off it, wrapping his fingers down the side of the ball.
Now comes the most important delivery as far as I'm concerned, because he has, even at the start of the innings, he's bowled 4 good deliveries. The 5th and 6th he's tried something different and he's got punished. Now he's bowled 4 deliveries. What is he going to do? Is he going to bowl his regular stuff, or is he going to try some experiment?
As you can see, he was looking for the Yorker. It's so easy to bowl the full toss when you're trying to bowl the Yorker, the ball that pitches in behind the batting crease. Boys are in town again. MS Dhoni. MS will be back for the 4th and 5th matches. Or has that been announced? I think it's been today. Certainly he took the first 3 off to rest those bruised hands of his.
I think they'll probably announce the team either today or tomorrow. Well, he's bowled a decent last couple of deliveries. It's going to be 232 for 8.
5 or 6 very good overs there towards the end here now for Sri Lanka. 232 for 8. 4 overs to go. Here's Umesh Yadav. Wide down the leg side.
Well, this tactic of having the bowlers bowl round the wicket is not the best of tactics. I'm not too sure, really, to be honest with you, because it does put a lot of pressure on the bowlers. The bowlers are used to bowling over the wicket, and suddenly to ask them to bowl round the wicket in the final overs with just 4 fielders outside, 3 of whom are on the onside, 1 long off. So you've got to get everything spot on. If you don't get it spot on, you're going to concede runs. The trick is to try and get your Yorkers right. If you get your Yorkers right from over the wicket, more likely you'll get the batsman are either bowled or LBW. Round the wicket, it's a little bit tough. Not impossible, but a little bit tough.
Kulasekara with the single. Kulasekara has been absent from this side for the first 2 matches, and what he's produced over the years with the ball, Kulasekara, you'd say that his contribution has been sadly missed in the first one-day international matches in this series. That bandage that Virat Kohli's got on his hand there, he didn't come on the field with it. He actually had that applied after a couple of overs. Vizio came on and strapped up the fingers. Yadav around the wicket. 3rd man is up. Fine leg is back, and that's why, because it gives him the opportunity to bowl this leg side. He can bowl leg stump when your fine leg is back. Yeah, it's proving a bit of a problem here. The geometry changes when you... Umesh Yadav starts his matches with some pretty high-class bowling over the wicket, and he produced two terrific deliveries to remove Pereira and Sangakkara. Now when you're coming around the wicket, it changes everything, and is prone to bowling the leg side wide.
It's because the margin of error is very less.
Clatters the stumps with a full toss, and Prasanna's got to go. It is a fourth wicket for Yadav. His best figures in one-day cricket, and a bit of a danger there. Prasanna is removed.
A low full toss as Prasanna totally misses that. Wanted to hit over the square leg fielder, but Umesh Yadav gets his fourth wicket. That of Prasanna. He goes for 29. Sri Lanka 238 for 9.
Final man in, Lahiru Gamage, playing only his third match for Sri Lanka. Well left, sir. 3 overs to go, 238 for 9. Looking to finish their innings, just play out the final 2 overs. Kulkarni 9 overs, none for 55. Splendid figures from Akshar Patel. First time he's taken 3 in a one-day international. 10 overs, 3 for 40, and a career best from Umesh Yadav. Now those two have certainly done their job. Ishant Sharma is off the field with an injury. Again it's round the wicket, and again it's a wide down the leg side. I just wonder about this. You would think that they're bowling to 2 tail-enders here. Wouldn't you, as a bowler, want to say, okay, let me bowl normally, let me bowl more orthodox fashion now. I got number 11 and number 9 into bat to bowl against.
Absolutely, and this line is more for a set batsman who is looking to hit all round the park. But when you're bowling to a number 11 batsman, you can come back to your original plan, which is over the wicket, still bowl wicket to wicket or Yorker, and get the number 11 batsman bowled or LBW. I think it's important to be adapting.
Done well to get hold of that. That was a 1.5 foot outside leg stump. They're going back for the second. Stuart Binney's on the field. He's been on the field for most of this innings because Ishant Sharma is off. Umesh Yadav bowling around the wicket. You see how many balls are pitching outside that leg stump. But just the one boundary conceded, Yadav. But it does ask more of the bowler. Oh, that's a good hit. How well has he hit this? There's a man underneath it, and Ajinkya Rahane takes a fine running catch. Very well taken by Rahane. And Kulasekara is the last man out for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka finish 242, and this is the end of Kulasekara.
A brilliant catch by Rahane. He made it look simple, but he had to cover a good 10 yards on his right side. A well-judged catch by Rahane. Kulkarni gets his first wicket. Kulasekara goes for 7. Sri Lanka bowled out for 242.
From the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium here in Uppal, Hyderabad, the run chase will begin shortly. 243 the target. Ajinkya Rahane, 40th game for him. The average will get better and better. He stays consistent. Best score of 111. The first game in this series at Cuttack. Batted extremely well there. And his partner Shikhar Dhawan also getting 100 in the first game of the series. 49th match for him, getting close to 2,000 runs. There's 600s in this format. Left-right combination out in the centre. The new ball will be in the hand of Nuwan Kulasekara. Lots of experience for him. Generally gets the ball to swing around, excellent economy. And he's the kind of bowler who picks up early wickets. And to say good evening to Michael Holding and Russell Anand.
Hi Shiva, hello to all our viewers around the world. Yes, they need early wickets. Kulasekara hasn't played in any of the previous ODIs. This is his opportunity now. Get some early wickets and try and put this Indian batting lineup under some pressure.
He certainly will swing the ball, Russell. These are good conditions.
Good conditions, all right, Siva, but of late, we haven't seen that ball swing as much for Kulasekara. That's been an issue. It was not picked on form. It's been quite a while since he's picked up a wicket. The last 7 games, not picked up any. And that causes a problem for the Sri Lankan bowling attack. Kulasekara picking up early wickets allows the rest of the bowlers to settle down, especially Lasith Malinga when he's in the team, to bowl more overs towards the death. But when early wickets do not come by, it causes a massive problem for the team.
He's got one slip in position. The second fielder catching is a short mid-wicket. Expect Kulasekara to bowl the in-swingers to the right-hander.
And his pace is also in the mid-120s. He's a short boy, short man I should say. So doesn't get that extra bounce, so it's very crucial that he gets that seam talking.
Off the outside edge, he'll get off the mark, Rahane. Likes to play the drive very often. Shikhar Dhawan on strike. The left-hander field will change over. 2 slips now. Men catching close to the bat. Strong offside field.
They did have the opportunity to post a big score. Not only today, even in the second ODI, the platform was set. Yes, the top order didn't get off to a flyer, but yet fighting partnerships, they got themselves back into it, but couldn't finish the job. Now that's going to be concerning, because looking forward, that middle order needs to click. The confidence is crucial, because all these teams, the back of their minds, are preparing themselves for that all-important World Cup.
Super shot. Gets into a very good position. Just a punch there from Shikhar Dhawan. Boundary to begin with.
Yes, very good shot, but that is basically what Kulasekara is bowling for. He's looking for that drive and finding the outside edge, because he has 2 slips. You can see the very upright seam there, but it's still slightly slanted towards the slip cordon, because he's looking for an outside edge. Not as much swing as you would like, not a lot of movement of the seam. There's none, because there's no grass, and the ball isn't really swinging either, so not really too successful with that particular delivery.
Half stop there. Not take the single this time. It's 5 for no loss. Both batsmen getting off the mark in different fashions though. Rahane getting an outside edge. Shikhar Dhawan, brilliant boundary. Now Gamage. Again the in-swinger, maybe an inside edge.
I've been impressed with Gamage, not seen a lot of him, but wholehearted performer, still needs to bring in a lot more skill. But keeps running in, his lines and lengths are good, but to really make an impact, needs to bring in a lot more variation. Now he gets the ball to swing, but Kulasekara was only getting the angle across the left-hander.
Just his third game. He has a bit of time to try and learn his craft.
Something to work with. That's what Sri Lanka have, and he's a much bigger lad. You can expect him to try and bowl slightly quicker than what he does right now.
We've seen Gamage gets the ball to swing in the first few overs, 3-4 overs, and thereafter doesn't do much with the ball, which these two openers will be well aware of. Just the one slip now, managed short mid-wicket. That would be the ideal length. Get the batsman on the front foot, not there for the drive. So Rahane in the last game playing away from the body, edging it one to the wicket-keeper. Likes to drive the ball. There the drive again. Very, very lucky this time. It's the swing and the length defeating Ajinkya Rahane, but he is very lucky to get that boundary.
Very unlucky indeed, Gamage. But super bowling. Look at that comeback into the right-hander. You need a bit of luck as a bowler. It's early in his career, and the situation that the Sri Lankan team do find themselves in, they probably need the rub of the green for an edge like that to go onto the stumps. Gamage also did find the edge early.
Getting a long way outside the crease. Rahane has done that very often, trying to play with the mind of the bowler.
Gamage found the edge early in the second ODI, but was not lucky enough, was not given. You need little things like that to spark you on. Batsman was Shikhar Dhawan. Using his feet, getting out there to try and negate that swing. You sit on your crease and it comes back in and hits you, you're probably right in front. But when you go down there, you put enough doubt and also force the bowler to change his length.
And if he changes his length to the shorter side, he's not going to get that swing. It's 10 for no loss. Watchful. That's a good thing to do at the beginning of the innings. Likes to play through the offside with Shikhar Dhawan. Plenty of fielders, 2 slips in a gully in fact. 2 men square of the wicket. Point. Then a cover, big gap, and then mid off. Shikhar Dhawan in the last game was looking very good, using the depth of the crease against the spinners, was charging the fast bowlers. Initially was slow, but then made up.
Was that his first or second innings?
Was lucky not to be given out caught behind the early part of his innings. He's belted that, charging down the pitch. There was a reduction in length from Gamage, but Shikhar Dhawan, who plays a lot of cricket on this pitch for the Sunrisers, has hit it through easily.
We see him do this regularly. He sits in his crease. There's not much of an option. The ball will be angled across him. We said using the feet puts the bowler under pressure. He has to change his length, hence lose his swing. And Shikhar Dhawan playing his options really well.
Yeah, you can charge 80 miles an hour, or as you call it here, 130 kilometers an hour.
So what's the reason batsmen charge nowadays and didn't charge in the past? Pace of the bowlers or pace of the wickets?
Two things, as I mentioned earlier on, a different attitude now. The batsmen those days didn't have the attitude that these batsmen have, but also the pace of the bowlers. You won't find too many batsmen today charging a bowler who bowls 90 miles an hour or 140 or 150 kilometers an hour. You won't find that happening. But you can charge 123, you can charge 130.
They also have all the protection in the world, the batsmen.
And at 130, to get the ball into that rib cage, or even higher, you have to bowl much shorter, which gives the batsman more time. But if you're quicker and taller, the length can be hit. It is tough for the batsman to pick up.
Everything depends on pace, Ross. If you haven't got the pace, there's no point in bowling short. You'll get hammered.
Wasn't a convincing shot. Hasn't timed it too well, but will get to the boundary. Enjoy the result though, Shikhar Dhawan. Boundary to end the over. It's 20 for no loss. Albi bonus runs. It's wide. It's run away to the boundary. Difficult take there for Sangakkara, but the ball is still swinging.
Went a long way. Started too straight, and that angle will be giving Sangakkara no chance at all. You mentioned pace, Mikey, and Sri Lanka well aware of the need to have pace. They're looking at Dhammika Prasad, who's one of the quickest Sri Lankan bowlers, and Lasith Malinga, they think will be fit. His recovery is going to plan, and they hope he'll be playing in the mid of January. Dilhara Fernando was also brought back into the A team, but hasn't got a game yet. And Shaminda Iranga, who's another quick, who can bowl in the mid 130s to 140s, will be joining the squad for the 4th and 5th ODIs. And especially going down to Australia, where taking the pace off the ball is certainly not going to work. You're going to need these options to try and create an impact and be competitive.
Well, they're giving lots of guys opportunities. I've seen the teams being changed regularly in the bowling department, and I had a word with Shamin Abbas this morning, and he said that was the plan, to give as many of the bowlers an opportunity as possible to see exactly what they were capable of doing. That's 4. No chance anyone cutting that off. They are here now playing these 5 ODIs. Lots of opportunities for bowlers. They have 7 against England coming up shortly. So again, many more opportunities. So by the time the World Cup comes around, they should have an idea of the 4 or 5 bowlers that they need.
Unlucky again. Could have easily gone up anywhere at that edge, but the intent.
Rahane has got a couple of boundaries, both streaky. Not required at this stage.
Yeah, the performance in this series and the way it's gone for most of the players, from Sri Lanka's point of view, has been disappointing so far. It's been hard to take, and even Angelo Matthews at press conferences showing his disappointment, his embarrassment. But more runs. In the bigger scheme of things, there are pluses for Sri Lanka, especially coming on this to the opportunity to have 5 extra games.
Got into an awkward position again, Ajinkya Rahane, and he's becoming predictable with this movement down the pitch.
They're batting as if they have an appointment later on. It does seem as if they are quite intent on just playing their shots. They're not too worried about the target. They're thinking about scoring runs as quickly as they possibly can.
Let's see, Rahane again seen in this series, the contact points well outside the crease. Most of them likes to advance down the pitch. He's seeing a couple of boundaries from the crease, but most of the boundaries have come when he stepped out against the faster bowlers. 6 overs bowled, 34 for no loss.
Shot again, down to deep square leg. What could be the reason for bowling back of a length to this Indian batsman at the pace of 125, 126? I can understand 90 miles an hour, you're surprising with the short ball. But even someone like Dale Steyn, who's one of the quickest around in world cricket, looks to pitch it up and swing it away from the right-handers or bring it back into the left-hander. Whether they are too worried about the ball being hit straight, I'm not too sure. Maybe they can push one of the mid-on and mid-off fielders back and bowl full. That's the only chance they have in picking wickets. But the shot finally again and the deep square leg boundary. The 4 fielders on the offside. The only way Sri Lanka can win this game, if at all, is by picking wickets. Isara Pereira, one of the weaker links in this team, and smashed away. Bowl shot, bowl wide, it'll go to the boundary. That's the message from India.
It's a poor delivery. Just a second delivery that he's bowled, but it's short, it's wide, it's bowled at 132 kilometers per hour. Look at that. Look at the time he's given. Look at the space he's given. Look at the room he's given to Ajinkya Rahane. And the kind of form Ajinkya Rahane and Shikhar Dhawan are in, anything marginally off length or offline, it's going to go for a boundary. Not just 1 or 2, it's going to go for a boundary.
Goes again. Gets away this time due to some excellent fielding. Now at the third man.
And that's what Sri Lanka need to lift up their spirits. They need this kind of fielding. Very good effort this by the fielder there. The ball was speeding away from him. He had to put in the dive. Priyanjan's the one. Terrific stop. Wonderful stop.
Down the leg side, will get a single. Ajinkya Rahane, that's the 100 in Cuttack. Used his feet very well. Such a fine player, such great hands, good feet, good off the back foot. The 100 in one-day cricket in England has changed his one-day batting. Was always a good test player. He's taken to one-day cricket very, very well. Still back of a length. Great work at point. Still got to be a couple of inches fuller. It's the most runs scored in this series. Shikhar Dhawan 216, Mahela Jayawardene with the 100 today. Goes to second position, 165. Ajinkya Rahane got 100 at Cuttack. Ambati Raidu and Ahmedabad, and they're not finished yet, both Rahane and Dhawan. That's a better length. Just goes to show you hit the right areas, you bowl a dot ball. 58 for none. Sri Lanka still going in with the slip. That's a much better length. Very good running. Very good understanding. They're so quick, these two. The batting display from both the sides, other than Mahela Jayawardene, has been different kettle of fish. There's a plan to Indian batting. They've played the aggressive shots. They've run well. They know each other's game. And they've constantly put pressure on the bowler. has been a lot of supporters in this game, some from the Caribbean, as Ian Bishop said, some from the Africa. Such a pretty looking stadium. New stands, new lights. Shot again. Just baffles me why you keep bowling short. Shikhar Dhawan, such a good player off the short ball. That's the power play highlights. India played aggressively, played with a lot of sense, and that's been the best shot of the power play. Once again, Sri Lanka failing to pick wickets in the power play, and the reason has been short bowling and some very poor thinking. That's a much better length. Got to get the batsman on the front foot. Banged it in short using his feet. There is a certain meaning to this Indian batting, the way they approach one-day cricket. They're not chasing a big total, they're just chasing 240, but they keep playing the same way. They're not looking to bat 50 overs and finish the game because they know they will get to 240. They play this brand of one-day cricket when they are batting first, and I'm talking about in these conditions. They keep attacking the bowler, which is so good to see. That was a good bouncer. Surprised Ajinkya Rahane a bit with the pace and carry.
Quite a natural reaction because the previous delivery, Ajinkya Rahane had ventured down the pitch, so trying to put on the back foot. This is a very, very good bouncer. Well directed, and it was quick. It was about 134 kilometers per hour. Very well bowled.
And for me, this is fine. Every now and then you surprise the batsman with a good short ball. But overall, in these pitches, in these conditions, it's got to be a lot fuller. Once again, short, and he's out. He's gloved it to the slip fielder. So the short bowling has worked for Sri Lanka. They've got the first breakthrough of Ajinkya Rahane. And he must have been surprised with the pace and bounce. That's what he's trying to tell to Shikhar Dhawan.
Well, it's 137 kilometers per hour. You can see that clearly. He was late. He was late on the shot. It's gone off the glove. Simple catch. He's put in that extra effort. He's got the wicket. It's the breakthrough that Sri Lanka were looking for. 62 for 1 and Rahane out for 31.
At number 3, again Ambati Raidu, fresh off 100 in the last game. And Shikhar Dhawan looks in really good touch.
That's the wicket of Ajinkya Rahane. Just a bit surprised with the short delivery. An easy catch to the first slip. He's a good player of the short ball, Ajinkya Rahane. Just got cramped for room more than the bounce. It's the room which surprised him. Trying to play it to third man, just trying to play it down.
As they say, it got big on him. Might have cut back a little bit as well because he was looking to play it over the infield, over the inner ring of fielders, and the ball must have nipped back just a little bit.
That's a good line. That's a much better line. Having played with Anil Kumble for such a long period, every time a new batsman came in, he made sure that the ball finished on the stumps. The batsman had to keep the pads away. Ambati Raidu, just 22 matches. Got a very good 100 in the last game. This is hometown. He's an Hyderabad boy. Good bowling.
Yes, this is good bowling. New batsman at the crease. Don't give him any freebies. This is a good average. 48.58. 450 is 100. That is out of the 22 innings that he's got. He scored more than 55 times. That is going to be close.
Might have been some inside edge. It was a great line again, just inside the off stump.
Yeah, big inside edge. It didn't clip the pad first, it hit the bat first. Sangakkara appealing, Prasanna appealing, but good decision. Very good over. Just one run from it, 63 for 1.
Silva now with his left arm spin. After 20 overs, Sri Lanka were 84 for 2. Played it very late and very craftily, and he's going to get the reward for it as well. First boundary in this partnership.
Very good use of the hands. See how late he plays. Watches the ball to the last moment and pierces the gap. Very good boundary for Raidu. His first one in this innings.
Well bowled, he saw Shikhar Dhawan coming down the pitch at him.
Last 5-6 overs, you can sense that both the batsmen are not happy that they're not getting easy runs. Hundred up for India. It's important that they recognize the fact that the Sri Lankan bowlers are bowling well. Show patience, and like the way Shikhar Dhawan played in Ahmedabad, the moment he got to his 40 or 50, he changed his gear and played more aggressively. So very important for them to continue this partnership. End of the over, 101 for 1.
It's gone through. Fielder there in the deep. Superb work, putting in the dive. Priyanjan doing a fine job once again, saving a couple of runs for his side.
2000 ODI runs for Shikhar Dhawan. And how quick was he on that? Using his wrists as well to create extra pace. Quickest Indian batsman to do so.
And he will celebrate that with a lovely hit. Has gone over the boundary. Good use of the feet.
Tremendous use of the feet to get to yet another half century. Just before that, he'd reached the 2000 run mark, the quickest by an Indian, and then following it up with that 6 to get to a half century. 48 innings for Dhawan, 52 for Navjot Singh Sidhu, and also for Saurav Ganguly.
What good use of the feet. This time down the wicket. The previous ball was quick to get onto the back foot.
Running hard for the first one. Have to settle for the single. We expected the delivery to be tossed up because the previous delivery before hitting the 6, he played off the back foot. Bowler trying to make the adjustment. The only 6 for Shikhar Dhawan, was going at a good rate, strike rate in excess of 100. Two fielders in the drive, extra cover, very close to one another. And he's bisected the gap perfectly. Again, getting to the ball in a flash.
Well, that gap was a very, very narrow gap between the fielder at extra cover and the cover. But he's pierced it because of very good footwork and opening the face of the bat at just the right moment.
Well, he has to go. The quicker bowlers from the other end have been just putting the batsmen off their rhythm, and a clever batsman will find a way to ease that pressure, and that easing that pressure it means taking to De Silva. That's what both batsmen are doing.
Yes, and I think that is where partnerships in bowling are also important. If you have runs leaking from one end and the bowler who's bowling tight, the bowler who's causing problems from the other end, well, not much can happen, because batsman will be clever, as you said. They won't score against him, will wait to get to the other end.
Picks it from outside leg stump. 15 runs of the over, the biggest in the match so far. 120 for 1. So 10 runs coming in the last over, and they're in a good position now. 130 for 1. Dilshan for the first time is off breaks. Replacing the left arm spinner. It's the 80 wickets. Economy has been really good right through his career.
He'd been given a fair bit of short pitch deliveries, Ambati Raidu, and this is what happened off the 5th delivery. He ducked that one, but he looked at the umpire and as if to suggest what is this going on, how many short deliveries. But the next one he smacked for a boundary. We really should be worried about the short deliveries, certainly not at that speed and not on this surface. So after that query towards the umpire, there was a short ball for the last ball of that over from well ball, could be a run out, yes it is a run out. Shikhar Dhawan has not moved, there really wasn't a run in it. Ambati Raidu just got a little bit carried away. This is the second time it's happened. We saw that happening with Ajinkya Rahane in one of the matches, and now Ambati Raidu is run out.
He called early. But it's strange to see whether he heard the call or not. He just kept going, and he's completed the run though. You can only think that if Shikhar Dhawan had responded, he would have completed that run as well. But that's a tight one. It's between two fielders. Unfortunate for Raidu. It was just starting to look good. 35 he made. India 131 for 2.
Virat Kohli gets off the mark straight away. The two fielders in that short extra cover, short cover position, and Shikhar Dhawan wasn't even looking at his partner who made the call, and he was home safe. Wonder why Shikhar Dhawan didn't react at all. Because he was looking at the fielder.
It was well judged by Raidu, in fact. It's just that for Shikhar Dhawan, it's a tough angle. But in situations like that, generally you tend to trust your partner and respond straight away. Unless you hesitate, more often than not, you do complete singles like that.
Or you scream a no straight away. In this instance, I'm not too sure whether Dhawan did that. That's a bad slip by Dilshan. He'll concede a run. 134 for 2 after 25 overs.
Well, just wide of the bowler will have enough to get to the boundary. So he's being greeted to the bowling crease. The shot down the ground by Shikhar Dhawan.
These kind of chances stick in your hands. Either they stick or they don't. You just got to hope that when you put your hand up that it's at the right time and the ball sticks in there. It was a little bit higher. Lucky that he didn't do any damage to his fingers, because sometimes that kind of a shot can also do damage, brushing the fingertips.
We saw the bowler Prasanna having a word with the umpire about the leg before appeal. We reckon that he said might have been missing the leg stump. Where does that pitch first? Pitch is in line. Doesn't turn too much. The indication from the umpire to the bowler was missing leg. Going down. I think he said yes, going down. Great to watch. Terrific balance there from Virat Kohli. The timing was even better.
Yes, the ball was slanting in at his pads, but it still had to be put away. It's bowled at about 128 kilometers per hour. Military medium, angling in. Nice little half volley, and he's just worked it away beautifully.
So good to watch. Minimum of effort. Four balls for 9 runs in this over. His previous spell, 4 overs for 30. I thought he bowled much better than what his figures did suggest. Lots of inside edges. Troubled the batsman.
Not too quick either. He's in the mid 120s kilometers to the hour. Probably a bit stiff. Damage. Oh, wonderful. 150 comes up for India. Let Sunil Gavaskar talk about this shot.
The balance. The balance is what you look at. And youngsters should look at the way the head is still and the way the batsman has been leaning onto the front foot, opening that front foot just a little bit so that the bat can come down and work it away to the right of the umpire. Magnificent stuff.
13 runs of the over. 152 for 2.
7 overs from Sikuge Prasanna with his leg spin have cost him 29. And a batting power play has been taken right now. So India looking to cashing right here. Ka-ching, ka-ching. 180 for 2. 3 men back on the leg side fence. Long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square for the leg spin. And he pierces the offside field with a full toss. It's 4 more to Shikhar Dhawan, his 7th boundary.
It also gets the 50 partnership between Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli. Full toss. And these Indian batsmen won't miss such scoring opportunities. It's important that Sri Lankan bowlers make Indian batsmen earn the runs. No freebies.
I think I give Shikhar Dhawan some credit there, because he feigned to back away outside the leg stump to make room, and the bowler lost his composure. And he bowled it on to sliding towards maybe middle and off. Look at the contributions. Really good partnership. 53 at better than a runner ball. I think for Sri Lanka, for Angelo Matthews, he would have found some positives in Gamage in the series. But there are a few things he would have seen where they need to get better. And the batting power play has worked against Sri Lanka 3 games in a row. They've lost 3 wickets in the batting power play in each of the 3 games because I think they haven't worked out what is the best method, the best rate of scoring to get through that batting power play. So they'll do some homework on that, even though homework is not a cricketing term that's accepted everywhere. India have been much better in the batting power play so far, pacing it better.
And the reason for that, Bish, is they're playing their natural game. They're not trying to change just because it's the power play. Even in Ahmedabad and today, also you had a set batsman in Ahmedabad, Sangakkara getting out in the first over. Today you had Angelo Matthews getting out in the first over. It puts pressure on the inexperienced batsmen who follow.
Oh, that is just so impressive. It is 6 this time. Lightning hand speed, bat speed from Virat Kohli.
Yeah, you've said it all, Alan. Fantastic shot. Against the turn. But didn't try to hit the ball hard. Just sheer timing, and that's why he was in total control of the shot. Fantastic shot from a class batsman.
One-day international centuries to this 26-year-old Virat Kohli, and he just turned 26 on November the 5th. Thriving in this environment, scoring runs, he's enjoying leading the side. And could be 2 here. No, they'll settle for 1. That's wise. 13 from the over. It's 193 for 2, and drinks have been called on by the umpires. Still a slip. Jawadner's in there. Down the pitch goes Shikhar Dhawan. There's no stopping the run machine in this series. Shikhar Dhawan is intent on adding another 3-figure score.
Such a beautiful shot, using his feet, but more importantly, total control. Full face of the bat. He's looking dangerous.
Exactly the same kind of mood, persona that he had. Terrific stop. De Silva, the fielder, exactly the same mood he had when he played the Australians in Mohali in Chandigarh, and he just stuck his chest out and he just said, bring it on. And wherever the Australians threw at him, and it was his debut century, it was a magnificent innings.
One of the most outstanding knock I saw on debut. Fearless cricket, amazing display of stroke play. And he looked in total control even in that innings, even though it was his first innings, not overawed by the big occasion, played his natural game. And the beauty of his batting is he can play on the front foot as well as on the back foot on both sides of the wicket. And that's where he's one of the danger men for Indian cricket, always looking to score runs.
Imperious is the word you're looking for. It was imperious touch. He's got to bowl a pretty straight line here with this field, Alan.
He's got a ring of fielders offside. Third man is up. Can't be too wide here. It's short. You're not going to test Virat Kohli with that stuff. Not at 130 Ks. Angelo Matthews knows it. He wanted a big performance from his team tonight. He was very disappointed with the team in Ahmedabad. Mahela Jayawardene tonight adding a gloss to some dispirited batting for Sri Lanka with his century. 44 needed. Asking rate has come down to below 3. It's just above 2.5 and over, 2.69. All the time in the world to get these runs, and still lots of changes taking place here. Mahela Jayawardene's leaving slip where he's been standing for most of the evening, so he's gone out to a short mid-wicket. 3 men back on the leg side fence. Long on, deep mid-wicket, fine leg. And there is fine leg. 2 more. 200 up.
The other important aspect of Shikhar Dhawan, the batsman, is his running between wickets. He not only doesn't totally rely on hitting boundaries or the big shots, but he's very quick between the wickets, and that's a great asset to have.
Oh, bowled. Now then, have they got him this time? Sangakkara, yes! Yes, Vinit Kulkarni, the umpire, had to think about it. And the short delivery was the undoing of Shikhar Dhawan eventually. And he's missed out on a century. I think maybe a little word or so from somewhere. But this is the short one. Now then, did it hit the bat or the helmet?
It looks definitely that it hit the helmet. And you can clearly make out why he was not happy about the decision, and so was Virat Kohli. He'll be disappointed not to have converted this into a big 100. He goes for 91, India 201 for 3.
Change upstairs now as Suresh Raina comes to the middle. Over 5,000 runs in one-day cricket, averaging 35 and a very healthy strike rate of 93. Sunil Gavaskar, Michael Holding, Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan.
Thank you, Alan. Unlucky Shikhar Dhawan, getting to 91, was batting beautifully, looking good for another 100. Hitting him on the helmet. Kulkarni thinking about it for a long, long time. And up went the finger. Shikhar Dhawan couldn't believe it. His captain at the other end couldn't believe it, but he had to go. This is on the stick from well outside the line of off stump. He struck hard, could be to work in the deep. Kohli will pick up 2.
I got one of those wickets once, you know, Shiva. Caught off the helmet a long, long time ago. Batsman was Ian Chappell. In Adelaide, I remember it clearly. Never usually that easy to detect whether it's helmet or glove when it's a quick bowler and everything is flashing around. So I don't think I would blame the umpire too much.
Going round the stumps, bowling onto the pads is not a good idea to Virat Kohli.
It might have been a rough call for Dhawan, particularly because he was just 9 runs short. But this one, Bruce Oxenford decided was not out. And quite clearly you can see the deflection over here. There it is, you can see the deflection. He's looked back. That was given not out. So they say it evens up. And this is today, you can see it's gone off the helmet. Tough lines. 91. Disappointing, very, very disappointing when you're out in the 90s, 9 short of 100. But then you've got to look back at the previous game.
Like it when it comes from a batsman. Mikey, ever heard it from a batsman? All evens out? Not during the playing days.
I'm not too keen on this evening out thing and swings and roundabouts as you keep hearing people talking about. I'd like to see them being correct all the time. And I'm not just talking about the umpires. Find a way to get these decisions correct.
Raina's in good form. He'll get going straight away. A sense of urgency in running between the wickets as well. Gets two.
Sometimes these mistakes cost people their careers, and I don't think it's fair.
That's why I think I believe that this is my thinking. Every batsman should be given one appeal. One referral. 208 for 3 after 35.
Gamage now. Very expensive. 5 overs done for 43. Well, again the same ploy. They've been trying all evening against the likes of Raidu. But not against Virat Kohli. Plays the short ball really well. He swivels as he plays the full shot.
He does play the short ball well. Virat Kohli gets right on top of it, uses his wrists well to bring the ball down.
He likes to bat till the end, Virat Kohli. They've been disappointed in the last game, getting out the team just short of a few runs, just 8 runs short of 6,000. Just 26 years of age. He's 7 now, 7 more to go. That magical mark. Quickest to reach 6,000 runs. Earlier, Vivian Richards 141 matches. Virat Kohli in his 136th innings. Viv Richards 141 innings to get to 6,000.
I think it's a tremendous performance by the young man. Tremendous consistency, 20 hundreds already.
Two fielders in the deep. Like there was a man at short square leg as well. All been short pitch bowling.
All the batsmen have just been hanging back on their back foot, waiting on the short balls. The pitch is hard. We went out there before the play started this afternoon and it really was very hard then. So the ball will bounce, but don't want to just banging it in all day.
When he pitches a shot, I would assume he'd like to get a reasonable amount of height on the batsman where the batsman is not in total control in trying to play the full shot. He wants to, Virat Kohli. He'll get it easily in the end. It's 215 for 3. If Sri Lanka to compete, they'll have to get 300 plus. 260, not good enough. 242, it's not threatened India. 28 required, 14 overs still remaining. Another classic performance by India. First with the ball and now with the bat. But 91 looked really good. Right through his stay at the crease. Shikhar Dhawan. Likes to pull the ball. A proven driver down the ground. Extremely good against the spinners. Very quick on his feet, getting the 6. And past 2,000 runs in one-day internationals. Shikhar Dhawan. Oh.
He was moving in the wrong direction initially. Fortunately for him, he could change direction as well. Raina showed us all earlier on how to do that quite quickly. Kulasekara is back. See what he's capable of doing in these latter overs.
The slow shot delivery. The hard-working young man, Virat Kohli, very fit as well, easy too. Four runs short of his 50 and 4 short of 6,000 in one-day internationals. No intention of hitting the ball in the air. Every time there's a short delivery, he likes to hit it into the ground because the field is in the deep. I mean, Dawaz will have to work really hard with his bowlers. Having made quite an impression in all the games. Oh, just wide of Kulasekara. Likes to punch the ball. Raina.
These are the chances that Sri Lanka have to take. They have to hold on to those half chances if they're ever going to have a chance of winning one of these ODIs. It's a bit late now, yes, but they have to take chances like that when they do come along.
They've been a bit lax on the field. We've seen that from the first game onwards. Missed out on some of these half chances or whatever you might call them, but when they stick, it lifts the entire team up. And that's what the Sri Lankans have not been able to do, latch on to those half chances and give themselves a chance. 218 for 3. India looks set for another big win. Big win in the first one there at Cuttack. And another big win in the second game, and now it's the end of the over. 218 for 3.
Power play, India much better. Sri Lanka the first 10, 40 for 2. Was 7 for 2 at one stage. And 16 for the loss of 3 wickets in the batting power play. That was Sri Lanka. India much better. 58 for no loss in the first 10 and 38 in the batting power play for the loss of 1 wicket. On 47 now. Virat Kohli. Prasanna into the attack. 8 overs, none for 42. A slip in position. Shot extra cover, waiting for the uppish drive. Nobody a deep square leg. Midon inside the ring as well. Running in the middle of the pitch. Will have to settle for the single. Virat Kohli getting closer to that milestone.
Missed out on a half century in the previous game. Virat Kohli out for 49. He's 48 now. India 24 away from another comprehensive win.
Three fielders in the deep on the leg side for Rana. The cop walks in front of the side screen. Big appeal. Umpire not interested. Leg by the signal.
Kumar Sangakkara wasn't really interested either. I think you'll see why nobody was interested in that. Pitched outside the leg. Once it pitches outside the line of leg stump, doesn't matter where it's going after that, and it was still going to be missing the stumps.
Here's concentration all round. 220 for 3.
Chaturanga de Silva. 4 overs, went for plenty. All eyes on Virat Kohli now, on 48. Always goes at a good strike rate. Doesn't allow the bowlers to dominate him. .49.
The bum ball, and oh my god, it wasn't a catch, but it can happen. You tend to think it was a catch, it was a bum ball.
I wonder if those people know he's on 5,999 ODI runs. There it is, 6,000 runs in one-day internationals for Virat Kohli, and he becomes the quickest to get to that figure. And 50 as well.
Well, this is a terrific innings. Applause there from and there he's acknowledged. Up, the almighty 6,000 one-day international runs. The quickest to get there. And now Raina decides he's going to celebrate it. He's going to celebrate his skipper getting to 6,000 with a big hit. India now hurrying towards a win.
Here Raina was making sure that he didn't score too many runs. He had scored those runs too quickly. Perhaps Kohli wouldn't have gotten to the 6,000 runs in this innings. Now that he has arrived at that landmark, he's happy to just hit the ball wherever.
Sent back by Virat Kohli. It's 230 for 3. Just 13 required now in the 40th over.
Virat Kohli is making up for those runs he missed out on in England in the summer. Now that the runs are coming again, he's making sure he takes full toll. I think he just may be thinking about the possibility of getting a little star in this innings as well. That will help the average.
That's magnificent, really is. Second is the one and only Vivian Richards.
But I did mention in the last game that he was disappointed getting out just a few runs away from victory. And the moment there. Would you remember this as the 50 moment or the 6,000 runs in One Day International moment? Anyway, that's being applauded. Now, who is that for?
And then he blows a kiss.
.32 for 3. Well, India 58 for no loss in the first 10. Sri Lanka did well in the second 10 overs, 44 for no wicket. The difference started between over number 21 to 30, and India getting 70 for loss of 1 wicket, and which is stabilizing thereafter. 11 to get. What we've seen in the last 3 or 4 overs is a good indication these two don't want to throw their wickets away, looking for some fancy shot. Want to bat till the end. Like Holding said, being not out certainly helps in the long run with the averages. Director looking pleased in white. He has to stand out. Two shot. It stayed low, but he made the adjustment pretty well, Virat Kohli. Yeah, good commitment in the deep. Good fielding.
Well, he kept his eyes on the ball, which is so important, because that certainly kept a lot lower than you would have expected. So many times we see batsmen get these short balls and their eyes light up and they think this has got to go a long way, and they don't keep their eyes on the ball all the way through.
What overs bowled? 236 for 3. Sri Lanka winning the toss for the third time, just managing 242. Not going to trouble India. They've been in complete control right through their run chase.
New man with the ball again. Dilshan operating now.
Top order contributing. 31 for Rahane, 35 for Raidu.
Delaying the inevitable, but that's the way you need to play the game. Never give up.
Fielder in the deep. Takes a comfortable catch. A joy for Dilshan, but it's coming a little too late, and Virat Kohli once again will be disappointed that he's not finished the game. With India just needing 7 more to win.
Yes, I think it was the slower leg cutter that he was trying to do, and he didn't quite get hold of it. The fielder actually had to come in a little bit, and Dilshan's happy. His experimental delivery has worked, and Virat Kohli, the Indian captain, after a fine innings of 53, out 236 for 4.
Riddhiman Saha, new batsman at the crease with 7 required. Had a good time behind the stumps, Saha. This is his 9th game in his one-day international career. And straight away off the mark.
Dilshan will be very happy with this. He knows that Kohli wanted to end it with a big one, and he was the victor, Dilshan.
He fielded really well in the last few overs. Good diving effort. Saving some runs for his side. 237 for 4.
They've gone on go slow. Someone must have called them to tell them that the dinner that they were planning this tonight has been cancelled. No need to hurry.
The crowd getting restless. I want to see a big hit, finish the game. 6 required.
Oh!
Was that a chance? The bowler was excited. Just getting on with the angle. No edge. The free engine was getting excited. 237 for 4. Sri Lanka have made a few changes. The 4th and 5th one-day international. Should be 2 at least for Raina.
One more attempt at the carom ball from Tilakratne Dilshan. Chandimal, Ajanta Mendes, Thiruman and Eranga are the newcomers to the 4th and 5th Sri Lankan one-day team. India will probably announce their team tomorrow for the 4th and 5th one-day internationals.
It will be interesting to see 2 of the bowlers coming, Mendes and Eranga, to see how they go, because Sri Lanka's bowling attack so far has not been able to keep any pressure on this Indian batting lineup. That's close, or it won't be given.
Leg by is given. Extended appeal there from Dilshan. And looking for the leg cutter or leg break. Clearly missing the leg stump. That was a beauty, real beauty. beat him comprehensively.
Well, he's looking to bowl these leg spinners, and I'm not too sure whether the Indians are reading him, because he's been known to bowl off spinners, and suddenly in this match we've seen him bowl the carom ball or the leg spinners, and maybe the Indians are still thinking he's bowling off spinners.
Just another single. Dealing in singles, India at the moment. 241 for 4. Two more to get for India. Win the match and win the series as well. There it is. Beats the field in the deep. And India have won this one convincingly yet again. With over 5 overs remaining, winning by 6 wickets. A fabulous display. A 3-0 up in the 5-match series.
All quite comprehensive victories by India.
Story of the game, Sri Lanka winning the toss. We're looking good at one stage, 112 for 2. Then Dilshan got out. Outstanding 100 from Mahela Jayawardene. He was the reason why Sri Lanka got to 242. Umesh Yadav was very good with the ball, and India getting there easily. 245 for 4. Contributions there from Shikhar Dhawan, Virat Kohli. India winning by 6 wickets.